Let's talk about my collections. So here we are on the home page, and we have our very simple setup. You've seen by some of the other videos that's changed. That's because I've used different environments that have initiated some of these features in the settings. So this is a pretty long wall post, which allows for all those announcements that we were talking about, and simply by posting to the wall. This gives a little bit of the social presence that we might want to have in any kind of environment. Course or administrative. Typically, we also might set up a cafe or something like that, a forum where people can discuss other kinds of things that might not be as related directly to the content that we are discussing in various other forums. However, in whatever environment, sometimes we want to collect notes for ourselves. So of course, if it's a course, we could think of it a little bit as a learning log or a reflection area that we may submit at a later date, either to the community um, or just keep for yourself. Some of these areas could be just things that I'd like to collect and have quick access to, so I don't need to search it again. So let's go to the settings. And so if you're the administrator, you have to decide whether or not you want to have this turned on. The minute you've turned it on, and this goes true for the mailbox feature as well, we're going to save that setting, and the page will reload, and now you have the My Collections feature up here. If you are not using it, I highly recommend to take it off because it confuses people. It's just another feature that they may not want to perhaps ask, why is it there? So that's pretty important. So as you can see now, our home page has changed because we have the forum index, the wall, and the collections. So I'm going to go to the My Collections section. It looks very much like the forum, and everybody has this possibility. It is a private area. So your students, the participants, and the instructors can collect things for any reason. For any reason at all. So whether it is to help your workflow, if it's for something that you need to just for your convenience, or for a reflection that might be part of a course. So all we do is show the collection tools, and just like in the forums, we can very quickly type what that is. So it might be, my autobiography. I've already got one, and we can create it. Again, we have our cogs. So your students will want to use this too. If I click on something, I can basically hide or rename, create a sub-collection if it's very complex. So this was just gibberish, so maybe I want to call it something else, to read, and that just might be things that I'm collecting for myself for my own workflow. Again, I can move these around, move the ordering of this for myself, that I can see the order of my collection and maybe what I use most. So once we're in a note, because this is where we would use it and we have set it up, I'm just going to hide all our tools, and as we go through here and click on any kind of note, you can see there's a little icon here that says collect. So very quickly I can take that note. Maybe they're the starred notes here, and I've starred them so that it reminds me to collect them into things that are of interest or into my autobiography. Kind of like maybe it's my portfolio. At this point, it's not publishable, but we are thinking of making it publishable so that we could collect in private and perhaps take one of those collections and publish it, therefore possibly for an assessment piece. However, when you set up a collection and you're searching and or dragging things in, as we've said with some of the other things while you're editing, you can get your collections in there too. So it comes in pretty handy when you're collecting some notes along the way into a little folder here that's useful to you. And as you search or remind yourself, you can, as you're editing a window, it may be in your collection.